Well, all on the DK then. Some broad shoulders here on Noob. We'll see what he can get done, as Winter predicting there's going to be needing to be some heavy lifting out from him against OG in game number 1. Underway now with our first game. Smoke on smoke action here. We'll see where OG decide to end up, but I think they've got a very strong level 1 here. So they may end up looking for a fight, and I believe they do. Quest have a ward here, which might lull them into a false sense of security. The Naga illusions are going out scouting and haven't seen anything yet, as Kaori smoke will break on him. Good positioning sees him into the relative safety of his tier 2 tower.
Yeah, they really want to get like a first blood into triple bounty runes, since you have the Elk. That's the most ideal start you can get, as Elk.
That's right. Yeah, the Scrivel's Greed is a innate ability, I believe, as they're calling it these days.
It's not as good as before, but still fairly good.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Shut down bottom. The DK as well, ready to fight. I think we've casted a game before where the DK decided to go for, Breathe Fire level 1 or something really bad for the lane. Hopefully that doesn't affect Noob this time. They're fighting down bottom. Yeah, he is. They're also fighting over near the river, where Yuragi did actually manage to find the stun to secure what should be only rune number 2. Omar able to beat back this top lane in order to secure the second bounty rune here for the side of Quest Esports. Seb with some significant damage onto Kaori. Isn't going to be able to find the kill, and should be able to unblock his easy camp. I don't know if he knows where the sentry is. Yeah, he'll get it. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big deal, because this lane silencer and Naga, you're gonna have a hard time against LC Nature's Prophet. So if you have the camp to pull, it's gonna give the Naga some breathing space, Like Naga just wants to basically get level 5 and go jungle, at least, in this lane, He doesn't want to play the lane at all.
Oh, Kaori just having to tank the damage there because of unfortunate tree placement there. He's fallen really low. Is just going to break line of sight. That's going to block the camp. This
is bad, man. Like, he's down to solo and he can't really do much, and all he wants is to pull the wave, So Step knows that. That's why he went over to block the camp. And right now the silencer is in no condition to contest the lane.
Nope. I mean, it's so dangerous. Shad, of course. I mean, he can't really spawn the illusions, at least effectively. It's not going to do much. Kaori at least able to get some good healing off in the side of the tree. Seb was also a bit worse for wear. Sorry, I'm just so curious before we look away from this lane. So you've got Shad, who was born in 1999. You've got Kaori, born in 2002. And OG here, Mind Control, born in 95, Seb in 92. So lots of experience in this lane for OG. I mean, this is 2 big names in Dota 2, isn't it? Their name's inscribed on the Aegis a few times. That's pretty cool.
I feel old now when you say that. Why do you have to make me feel old?
Don't be. You were watching these guys back in their heyday. I mean, who knows? Maybe they're still in their heyday as well. So they're off to a really great start in this lane. And I think Quester been doing a phenomenal job of taking the fight to them. It's exciting stuff. That's why I was bringing it up, okay? It's exciting stuff, genuinely.
Yep. The more exciting stuff is the mid lane. The DK against Earth Spirit mid lane, where the DK is actually having a lead right now with extra denies. He did it without even skilling the stun, so he just has this Dragon Blood and Breathe Fire. I guess the Breathe Fire damage reduction is enough for him to outsee us, the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, he's not really
the hero, so they know.
Not too scared of the damage either, right? I mean, he's got all this bonus armor. He has a bracer. And again, doesn't really have to care about the right-click damage of the Earth Spirit. I think it's only when this Boulder Smash gets to level 3 you'll start having a little bit more problems with the damage output that BZM is going to have.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good, Like we said, the DK needs to be an important focal point of the game for Quest if they're going to look to win this game. And so far so good for him, He's doing really well.
Is he gonna deny the creep? So annoying. Oh god. Oh no, on BZM he gets the other range creep denied because the boulder went through to the approaching creep wave. That's a little bit unfortunate for him because it's gonna end up pushing the tower, pushing the creep wave rather onto the tower. Noob should get pretty much all of these.
Yeah, that is just a classic. What can you do moment, you know? What can you do?
What can you do?
It's a DK with high armor, high regen. And Toby, on the other hand, on the top lane, he's trying to pressure Yuragi on the Elk, but so far Elk is still getting a pretty decent amount of farm, but Toby has 9 extra denies over the Elk, so overall in the XP department, they're getting out a lot more.
Yeah. I think the only thing they've got to be careful for is this minus armor once it starts to stack up. Mid lane, by the way, for Rune, Seb rotates on into Kaori, has the Sprout, but with the last word and the Arcane Curse, doesn't really want to do more damage to himself. The slow does not get Kaori out of trouble, but he has his own Quelling Blade anticipating this. Rotation coming from the mid lane as well, as BZM is thinking about, well, he's almost committing, but is not going to be able to catch Kaori. Mind Control, I don't think is going to have the damage either. This Silencer, I mean, he's certainly been a big thorn in the side of OG. Infused Raindrops keeping him very healthy here. Rotation not really working out for BZM, and Noob just comfortably contesting CS under tower. Yeah, denying away the rune, or the flag bearer. The track, it's gonna be a bit careful here.
1-1-3 Richie, you know, 1-1-3. That's what you do with DK.
It's not flashy. You don't flash farm, but you do deny a lot of creeps. Speaking of denying creeps, Mind Control doing just the same here. In fact, he's keeping just about even. 12 denies. Might be in trouble. No, he's fine down bottom. The hero's top. Seb did rotate for this. It's continuing the TP scroll. They've got Magic Missile as well to throw here, and the Blood Grenade. First blood, 5.5 minutes in. Seb's going to go ahead and yoink that one away. So yeah, finally some action.
Not something that you expect, you know, when you have Nature's Prophet in the game. Normally, when you have Nature's Prophet, the kill happens way quicker when he gets level 2. But this game is a bit slow, so it does benefit Quest a lot. Like I said, they have an overall slower lineup, whereas OG has a lineup that wants to, you know, rack up kills early with the bench, the Elk, the Nature's Prophet with the Earth Spirit.
Very true.
I mean, still, the first bird is a good amount of gold and XP going in, and it's going to be the 6-minute runes, because power runes are going to come into play. And DK really wants something like a DD, you know, to hit the tower.
I gotta be surprised though, Winter, especially for considering how much Kairi traded at level 1. The Naga's doing just swimmingly. Denies are not looking so great, but if you just go to net worth, she is, I think, second to net worth, so not bad at all. Problem is, of course, Mind Control is still getting his farm. But we'll see how that comes into play now that lanes are breaking down, as Noob will call in reinforcements here, pops that first Elder Dragon form, and gets set onto that tier 1 tower. Already below a third HP. Carrier waiting in the wings, being very annoying with the Arcane Curse. I think this tower is just going to drop. We'll see if this is an opportunity. No, it doesn't look like it. Tower goes down. Seb harassing Silencer out of position. But it seems like Noob is just far too tanky to be denied the tower.
That was such a big move here, and he's gonna move to help his support. I guess get the Wisdom Rune. Maybe he's
anticipating
MP.
Seb.
Okay.
Hello. And a good move there from Noob. The stun is going to save the life here of the Silencer, and even reward Noob for a kill.
That is so good. You know, that's a very good heads up play there by Quest, bringing the DK over. Like, if the Silencer went there, couldn't get the rune and dies, you feel so bad, you know?
Yep. Very good work out from Quest. Honestly, I mean, it's crazy to say this when he's only 1-1-0, but I want to say shutting down Seb. You know, this is a hero that's supposed to, this NP, right? Supposed to get a little bit more active around the map, maybe even help harass Shad out of lane. And again, Mind Control has been fine on his own getting farm, but has not been successful in really stopping Shad, at least as much as we're used to seeing in this matchup. Yeah, she's happy to go jungle. Exactly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Wait, and yeah, but Noob's already going into this top lane, right? So you're losing something for this, and it might be a tier 1 tower as the boulder, rolling boulder rather, does connect onto Shad. Shad does not have the point here for the ultimate. Seb TPing in here is going to collect this kill. And that is going to be a dead Naga Siren. Tier 1 top lane, though, may go down in exchange. And this is a little bit of Yuragi's safe zone as well, being taken down from the map.
Dire's bottom tower is under
So
attack.
a little bit troublesome then for OG, as the trade is, I think, one they're going to be happy with in order to shut down this Naga Siren a bit more, but it's going to be at the cost of some map control. See what Quest Esports are going to be able to do with this additional space, and if it's going to be enough to get Naga Siren the farm that she requires. It's a Midas game, though, for Shad. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, he's still gonna be very happy here farming creeps. So I guess the Midas is gonna solve the level. Because normally when you are playing Naga, you're pushing out lanes with your illusion, so you don't have XP or lower level. So the Midas is gonna solve that problem for you, you know.
How do you feel about the Midas on DK?
DK also kind of needs the Midas, because you're gonna have to, like, early game when you don't really need too much items taking the first few tier 1 towers, and after that the Midas is gonna allow you to scale. You know, you want to get your talents, you want to get to the point where you have your Agalims. I think the Midas is a very good item on this hero, and you need that attack speed.
I agree. It's working out very well for them so far. Noob has another Elder Dragon form. Tier 2 might be a little bit too rich for Quest, but maybe if they can get a kill on Yuragi, it would be well worth it. They're going to throw the stun his way. Silence is going to be thrown down. Chemical Rage on cooldown for 15 seconds. Pulverize committed. There's no swap from Kitrak, and even if there was, I don't believe it would have aided them there. BZM, they're rolling in for revenge, is not going to have another roll at the ready to stop Noob from TPing away. Kaori as well TPing away in time. Still a pretty decent kill, but that is your safe laner. That's your safe lane Alchemist at that, going down for only an off laner.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, definitely a way better trade for Quest. And I mean, for their lineup, they're not really behind at this stage. I think it's really good news for Quest right now. Just around 1k goal against the Alt with Grievous Greed. I mean, that's a very good situation to be put in.
Both Midas is now coming online for the side of Quest, so their gold lead is going to start to accumulate here, and especially the experience as you bring up. BZM, though, receiving a big item. He's deviating from, I think, what might be, I don't know about optimal, but the preferred Earth Spirit build, where you just kind of go for the Blade Mail Heart. Full Vessel, which is, of course, the item against Noob. They're going to now reveal that onto him. A nice swap to initiate here. Seb as well rotating it in, but a really good telekinesis. Stuns 3. That might allow Noob to just barely get out with his life. I don't know if BZM wants to roll on it, and he even couldn't because of the last word. Quest could look to counter-initiate here, as they do send Omar up. He stole Magic Missile, but doesn't really have a target to go on here.
Yeah, we're starting to see this Rubik against the bench, you know. His Magic Missile actually kind of safe. Nope.
Round 2, perhaps a bit too optimistic from Quest, as there was a second charge in that Vessel, so Noob is going to go down. BCM rolling on in, another aggressive usage of the Vessel, as he's going to be telekinesed back underneath that tower, but only closer to that Rubik, who finds another kill. Kaori is not going to make it out alive either. That is a max boulder smash. That's 300 damage for you. And 2 kills there for OG, 3, including the DK. 2 of them, of course, for BZM.
Yeah, I mean, right now, they have to understand that you have 2 Midas, right? You're not going to be very strong against the OG's heroes. You know, you have to be more patient. You have to try to push out the map more. And furthermore, the Primal Beast, he couldn't really connect. You know, his TP was still on cooldown. So I felt like they have to try to be more defensive when Toby can't really come to the fight. I think he's the main damage source at this point of the game with the Blade Mail. So without him, they really don't do so much damage. You know, DK is a Midas, so apart from his nukes, which is not even max yet, it's just a level 2 Breathe Fire, he doesn't really do a lot of damage. I mean, he's unkillable maybe if he's around the tower with teammates behind him, but apart from that, he doesn't really do too much damage.
I think what shocks me the most here, Seb does take a disconnect, is that he doesn't have a courier skate. It's just a donkey. I can't believe it. His courier is on his way. Yeah, right there. That's just a donkey, man. What? Can't believe it. So it's just shocking, honestly. Does Mind Control also just have a donkey? Where's his courier at? It's in the base.
Don't be mad. I'm going to tell you, I have also a donkey only.
What? Why? What's the point?
I don't know, man. The donkey reminds me of all those years I've been playing. And all those years we have to share one donkey.
Yeah, God, what a time to be alive. Now you got all these couriers to show off, and some people they can't find the time to equip a nice little courier skin. Oh, fair enough. Going through the the classic, what is it? Oh, yes, the effigies. They haven't done these for a long time now, haven't they? These are always good fun. Nice little Katrak ball, of course. Very happy there. It's also, it's funny enough, there's a wisp as well that Shad has. These are always kind of fun to look at. Nice Invoker skin there. Do you have an effigy? I'm sure you don't have an effigy either, right? You don't even know what this is?
No, I do not. I just missed the times where we had moonwells in the base instead
The
of
heck is a
effigies.
moonwell?
Okay, I don't know. I mean, I call it a moonwell because you can just a shrine. Okay, shrine. You can heal in the base. Remember, there was a patch where there's a lot of like shrines in the base where you
Wait,
can.
you liked that patch?
It was fun.
What? No, it wasn't. It was so impossible. That's a joke out from you.
I almost feel bad.
What was I gonna say? You distracted me.
it
Oh,
was
you
the
liked that patch?
It was the patch where the offlaners were kings because you could always go back to the shrine.
Yeah, you would go to the shrine after you got beat back. After you would trade like crazy level 1, you would stack a bunch. You would clear the stack while you were popping the shrine. I did not like that patch. It was impossible to get up to high ground.
It was fun because I was playing offlane that patch.
Fair enough. Fair enough. At least
I'm
he's
so
an honest.
sorry, Rishi.
All right, well, let's get back into the swing of things here. Yuragi certainly wants to get into the swing of things here. He is still, leading by net worth, equal with his colleagues, but does not yet have that relic. Still just shy on that. That's when his farm, of course, and the Radiance after, that will soon follow. That's when his farm's really going to start taking off here on this Alk hero. Until then, these Midases feel really good for Quest. They've gotten maybe like 4 or 5 usages out of them. And that money is going to start really rolling in. Bit of aggression now. Mind Control maybe looking for his first dual win. Toby is going to interrupt that. There's going to be, the last word, preventing any further spells from coming through. Not like I think Mind Control wanted to duel at that point. Surrounded by 4 heroes, he will fall.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sub rotating in on his Solar Crest time minutes. He's also going to go for a hand to Midas, so he wants to look to scale in this game as well, Winter.
I mean, come on, it's Seb, he loves scaling. But right now, OG, they have to be careful about not bleeding away too many of these kills, They need to try to rally around the Earth Spirit. He's the strongest hero now with the Vessel. Like, he's what allows you to kill the DK, with the Vessel.
Well, I think he's going to get an easy kill here on the Silencer. I don't believe he makes it into the Roche Pit, and he doesn't. Especially with that shield rune that Seb has, he'll be just fine. Should let Quest know that there's a ward somewhere in their jungle, though.
Oh, they're coming for Shad.
Yeah, but I think he's getting out of here in time. He's got no business being in this area, considering where they just kind of killed his friend. And again, it's good map movements here by OG, but good reactions by Quest to continue farming pretty optimally here. There's going to be a triple stack of Ancients as well that Shad's going to make. Nope, he decides against it. No Ancients for him yet. Power Rune is the regen. They just got a shield on BZM. We've seen a haste and an arcane, so we're just missing a DD, an illusion, and invis, which could be a big turning point here. Yeah, the MC's not here for the duel, unfortunately, but a kill is a kill. That is if they can get it, because Toby's actually very tanky. Swapped out aggressively here, allows BZM to apply another stack here of the Vessel. I think Toby is going to go down to this. Between the Magnetize, the Vessel, no, he just lives. Maybe even that tower regen coming into play there, as he lives on about maybe 40 to 30 HP.
Yeah, I think Seb just didn't. Maybe he felt like he didn't want to come down, like he didn't decide to TP down, and they didn't let him to like right click.
Yeah, he was 20 gold away from his Midas, so. Top lane, there's going to be finally.
Was that the reason why?
Yeah, he's got Midas on. Yeah, he was last hitting for the Midas. No, I'm just kidding. He's not going Midas anymore. He's gone for the power treads instead. It looks convincing though. I thought he did because he ran out of money, but he was nowhere close to that Midas. So
yeah, they have to try to bring everyone together. Their lineup is strong if only they are together with and abusing the global potential of the Nature's Prophet.
Can they kill Noob here? Oh, not if he blinks away.
Yeah, but they're not really bringing a lot of heroes. It seems like Kitrak is just happy playing with BZM alone. And the three of them are like so scattered around the map farming creeps.
Omar has swap if he can get vision. No, he can't. Not onto that Vengeful Spirit, and certainly not onto BZM. Again, this ward that we've just highlighted on stream, it's a good one here for OG. It's netted them a kill. That smoke attempt, maybe even the kill onto the silencer, of course, and still not gone, not dewarded by Quest Esports. Maybe they're just happy to play around it, or maybe they don't know it's there. Radiance is finally up, by the way, for Yuragi.
And Dagger is up on MC.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Oh, there's a DD in the river. Forgot about that one when I was listing them off. Okay, so DD rune's kind of a big one. That could be maybe a good time to maybe look for a kill onto the Naga Siren. The problem is Shad by now has Song, so the ability for them to reset here on Quest if the fight's gone bad is going to be relatively painless and easy. Swap out is going to be used by Omar to try and get his ally away to safety. Good sprout block there. Prevents MC from chasing any further. It might prevent them from getting the duel, and it does, because he's already dueled. Okay, he dueled the silencer. Action in the mid lane, though, and that's going to be where Yurag, or BZM rather, is getting beat back by all three cores.
Was he trying to go for a solo kill? I didn't see what he was doing. Like, he went in with the DD with the magnetize?
I didn't see what he was doing either, but I see three cores that are pretty low. Maybe he really tried to 1v2 at least. Between Toby and Noob, and then, of course, Shad joining for reinforcements is going to be just a bit too many heroes for him to take down. Very aggressive. That's right. That's right. He's like, Seb, look, me too. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's fine, though, because now when you die, when you have Earn and Vessel, you get one charge back. Otherwise, I think he'd be in a little bit more trouble. MC finding another free duel victory here. That'll get him up to 64 damage. Toby, we'll see what he wants to do here, because with Noob as well closing the gap, nope, didn't want to go for the onslaught. With Seb able to TP on in, it does make that fight a little bit scarier to take. But Shad's already getting up to no good with these illusions here. He's forcing rotation. Seb is being the one sent back to constantly deal with these. Hold on, Shad might be in for some trouble. Song of the Siren used preemptively as they did jump onto an illusion. Shad better safe than sorry, though. We'll be able to make it out alive. He just has his illusions now in the jungle of OG. And he's farming. MC.
Yeah, so right now MC needs to try to like bring the team together to fight around him. Like, I think the Elk is already ready to fight with his BKB. It's all about like trying to gather people in the same spot, take a fight, and then get a Rosh after. I mean, that's the biggest move that they can do right now.
Noob as well is really starting to scale. Look at his attack speed with the Yasha now. So he's going to go into this like Ag Scepter eventually after the Manta style with the level 4 Ancient Black Dragon, or Elder Dragon form I should say, and is going to be doing a lot of damage. That slow is going to be super annoying. It reduces the healing as well from this Alchemist. It's going to be some pretty scary stuff. Yeah, what's that slow here? 25% magic resist is going to be good enough here. I wonder if anyone's going to consider any sort of healing reduction. I don't see any Shivas, no Vessels. Maybe an Ayaskati eventually here for the Naga side, but that'll be well after at least this heart. Now that the Manta is up. So plenty of illusions to be able to exert map control, scouting, force out these lanes, and keep the game at this kind of relatively chill pace. This Alchemist is starting to really get into his core items, though. But now with the Radiance increasing his rate of farm, he has the BKB and soon in 500 gold Blink Dagger. OG setting up for a fight here in the mid lane as they'll just take down that tier 1 tower. But they are going to be really gearing up for a fight here quite soon. And now that this Alchemist is really starting to take off, I think if Quest can continue to slow the roll here of the OG farm train just a bit longer, they might be able to find themselves in a position where this Naga Siren is eventually a little bit more unkillable. But it's going to be up to Quest either not to take any bad fights or to catch OG unaware, basically, in the next couple of engagements. It seems like with the 20-minute rune now, we've gotten all of them. So MC's in with a shield rune to the Roche Pit should give them more than enough tank in between as well. The Solar Crest to be able to get through this Roche. with this age. Who do you give to? MC? Maybe give it to Yuragi already? See who's making room for it. No one yet. Dagger into the backpack for Yuragi. I don't know if he's going to have necessarily the slots for it. I might just give this one to BZM, allow him to roll in a bit more aggressively. Hold on, they're already TPing through the gate onto the other side, and that's because they have a ward here. They see Kaori farming away. They're going to go now jump up to 92 dual damage. It is Yuragi who's going to take the Aegis #1. So into the backpack goes the Quelling Blade. And Omar in some trouble. There's a Rod of Atos online for Seb. So there's no TPing away from this guy. As we do get a disconnect, a little bit of ping issues. So some tips from Omar and Seb. Omar did get the Wisdom Rune though, so he's not too upset with this death here. I think his death timer is not going to be that long anyway. Something like, what, 20-something seconds? 36 seconds. Okay.
I mean, most of the supports are not right now willing to trade their lives for them.
Yeah, you think that 21-minute wisdom is still worth? We'll get Winter back here shortly, but for now, you're stuck with me as we may look for a fight here. Aggressive positioning from Quest despite not having the supports. With Kaori alive, of course, you can always just global from wherever. I don't even think we've seen a global silence yet, now that I think about it. But we are going to see another Midas for Quest, because Kaori, the reason he's been called out a couple of times farming away is because he's going for a Midas of his own. And that will be Midas #3 here, so they're really wanting to take this late. The pressure from OG, though, yeah, it's going to be coming here relatively quickly. MC is going to get the duel up to 120 damage. Yuragi kind enough to wait a little bit there before he got the last hit. So that's, you know, a little problematic because you're essentially going to have... I mean, this Rod of Atos is not the scariest item, but it is an int item, so it's going to give Seb that damage. Okay, another kill onto Omar. I mean, the thing is, it's just supports dying and BZM and the rest of OG disconnecting, but they are going to eventually really start to add up. Noob is making his way towards his BKB as we speak. Well, not really because we're paused, but has the full Manta style now. Soon enough, we're going to get to see a little bit more of this core Dragon Knight. But his Midas has been paying dividends, as has the Midas of Shad, because his heart is going to be finished basically after this Ancient stack. I'm still really curious when Quest decide that they can take this fight into the Alchemist, who is going to have his AC fully completed here relatively shortly. It's going to be a big timing for them. This Midas, you know, valued at around, I think, something like 2K, a little bit more than 2K. Actually, just under 3K, if I'm not mistaken. You know, does kind of mess a little bit with the perceived net worth of a hero. So you can consider the net worth to be a little bit closer to like 4K of a difference rather than the 2K difference you actually see, which is about an average item, right? So the Alchemist, he's one of these heroes that always feels at his strongest when he's an item ahead, specifically over the enemy core. He feels like that's the case now, even without the full AC and with the safety of this Aegis. Like he's, well, I don't know about unkillable. We'll see just about that because they blow right through him. The swap wasn't in position. Shad harassing from the side, keeping Katrak away. And that's just Aegis completely snatched away from the side of OG. Shad, he's starting in here with the song and a full heart of Tarask. He knows he is just way too strong right now. Scary moments there for OG. That wasn't necessarily a play I think they had to make. I don't know if necessarily this is their time. They need to go on that first Aegis. Pardon me, if they needed to go necessarily on that first Aegis. But they felt like they didn't want Quest to be farming too comfortably around the map. Regrettably, they don't quite get that initiation right, that high ground siege. So it's back to the drawing board for them. And Quest maybe moving a little bit more confidently despite being down 7K, taking down the carry Alchemist. There's Noob now making a jump onto MC. Lots of attack speed, but not a lot of damage as MC's going to turn, actually. Feels like he can get this kill. Blade Mail on Blade Mail action. 3 Blade Mails onto a spiky fight. Global Silence will come through. Toby able to turn with the Pulverize, but there's no healing here for him. He's going to drop. BKB now by Yuragi's is forcing out Kaori. Song of the Siren now interrupting this one. Resetting from Shad, but I don't think this is a fight they want to take any longer. All the ultimates, have been expended by Quest. OG will end up on top here. This is very much going to be OG very much hitting their timings here. Quest, a very rough 5 or 6 minutes here ahead for them. Winter, I think we have you back. I'm not sure. Oh, nope, unfortunately. He was back. He debated me, unfortunately. Don't worry, folks. He is working on the internet connection here. It's there's just too much bald in this game between the Observer and Yuragi. It's really a struggle. Okay, Quest, I mean, you could see even how much they're desperate to just get farm and to scale. I mean, Kaori's finished up his Midas. He's holding on to this Philly Stone as well. What else do we see here? 3 Midases, right? A Midas for BZM. I think I missed that one getting picked up. So that's a little bit scary, right? Winter earlier made a claim that this Earth Spirit hero is going to be one of the scarier ones as he does scale really well. You can see his stat gain is ridiculous. He doesn't have the best stat game in the game, but 3.8 strength per level and pretty decent agi gain. For the longest time, he had like 1.2 or 1.3 agi gain, and then out of nowhere, Ice Frog gave him additional 1.1 agi gain per level. So he hits pretty fast as well, despite not usually building too many attack speed items. Zero gets pretty crazy. NP as well is going to scale nicely. He's got a full Gleipnir. I'm not sure if this is going to really work out as well as Quest imagined. It's a quick kill onto Omar. I don't believe MC got in there with a duel. He did not. I think my concern as well here is essentially that OG are not really being forced to use too many resources. These BKBs seem to be all still very long duration, 8 second for MC and Yuragi. Earth Spirit, of course, doesn't really build one himself. There's a Pulverize. They're onto MC here. Now that's going to be a BKB usage forced out. Noob being very patient here as all 3 cores looking for the next jump. They decide it's going to be onto BZM, and Ice Stun onto 2, as there's going to be that pesky silence coming through onto BZM, but it doesn't stop him. He's actually trapped behind a tree, but another rolling boulder away sees him to safety. Bit of a scary moment there with at least Mind Control forced to use a little bit of objectives. Still going to be waiting for Winter to reconnect, so don't you worry, folks. He'll be back. But for now, of course, just kind of watching a little bit of a farming palooza. A second Lotus is about to be assembled here by Kitrak. That makes 2 after BZM. So that's going to be how many dispels now? You've got Yuragi, who can dispel himself. BZM can dispel himself. Kitrak can dispel. Yeah, I mean, they can all dispel themselves, basically, right? Because MC, basically, he's got BKB, and then he can dispel anyone he needs to. You've got 2 Lotuses and a BKB on Alchemist. So more than enough for Global Silence. I don't want to say to be a non-issue, but it's solvable, right? It's not really something that Quest can use as a get-out-of-jail-free card anymore, and that's going to... Maybe that's why, you know, Kaori decides to go for the Midas, so he can actually get a couple more items online. Even choosing to carry the Philly Stone over the Ogre Seal Totem, just so funny. So I think this is going to be another challenge for Kaori. It's a little bit more difficult than just standing in the back and pressing R this game. There's a lot more things to be aware of thanks to OG's itemizations here. Careful, DD in the river, denied by Omar. BCM will roll all the way up. He's actually going to find Shad. I don't know if he wants to be here, but Quest Esports aren't too sure what to make of this. They're going to let him roll back down. The rest of OG smoked behind are eager and itching for a fight. Seb, the entire time, by the way, has been finding phenomenal farm. He's actually managed to outfarm MC and nearly even BZM. Keep in mind, of course, BZM, I mean, Earth Spirit, not a hero that, you know, farms slowly anymore, and has a Midas. That's just kind of how much Seb's been farming. That's some OG support for you right there. I guess it's really just Seb, to be honest. Tormentor taken. Does Kaori, I mean, he's got a a little bit of a situational shard. You know, he's got this every 4 attacks kind of a thing going on. You apply a little silence. It's not bad. And they've moved the talent on over to it, so he does steal a little bit more in. So the scaling potential is there, but he's not really that built for it, right? I mean, he really just has the Hand of Midas and a Sage's Mask, and that's it. He's just having to save for buyback in case he needs to global, and that's all his game is right now. Despite having a Midas, it just kind of boils down to that, really. There's the Lotus now for Venge, so that's another Lotus completed like I talked about earlier, so even less of an issue now is this Global Silence. And my goodness, the items just keep rolling in for Seb, don't they? Silver Edge for him. I feel like all I'm doing is, honestly, at this rate, I should just start casting, what is it, Farming Simulator Esports. Because that's all that we've been doing for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. But finally, it seems like it's going to change. Roche up in 90 seconds. Problem is, it could be up now. This is already basically around just an above average time, but it's a long Roche timer. So this this move out from Quest is correct. This is the right move to make. Roche on average should have respawned, if not by now, just about in 15 seconds or so. So this move makes a lot of sense. It's right at the daytime, so he'd be coming through the gate. And they're going to be able to maintain control over this area. The problem for them is, of course, it's going to be a whole nother minute till he's back, so not really the best kind of an outcome for them. A bit unlucky. The items keep rolling in. Noob's got his own Ag Scepter. Naga Siren has a Butterfly. That's a pretty significant item. There's no MKB that I see quite yet, so nor the Bloodthorn, right, which gives that accuracy. So we'll see. Oh, MKB just finished, literally. Okay, MC finds the duel onto Toby. There's gonna be the Global Silence and the Song of the Star, but it's not stopping Yuraki. He's in fact, wants a second kill now onto Noob. They have at least cut out 1 BKB duration, but they don't actually have buyback on Toby. He's sidelined for this fight. Noob doing a good job here with the pathing on the cliffs, but eventually he's gonna be gotten on top of. And now Shad, he's got nothing left to play with here, surrounded by 4 heroes, instantly stunned up, basically permanently. OG easily take the fight, and I can't believe it, but their ward is here the entire time from Kittrack. Quest did not bring a sentry here for this cliff, and that just honestly seems like a little bit of a blunder there. I was wondering how they made that jump so confidently, especially after Quest managed to find the positioning, and it's because of this ward that they were just sitting on. Ends up being a disastrous initiation there from Quest. OG playing with all the information, easily handling them in this fight. Really well played. Aoi, during his TI draft analysis breakdown video, said a couple things about Naga Siren as a hero, which came down to essentially, you know, like this hero, you have to hit your timings. He actually called it one of the more mechanically complex heroes in the game. Because of the way that you have to join fights and, you know, how you have to utilize the hero in this way. And, you know, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but it's hard to disagree with a man that won 2 TIs, right? But for the sake of argument, if he's assuming he's correct, Shad, unfortunately, has a very difficult game ahead of him, right? He's going to be a whole item behind the Alchemist. And, you know, key in this matchup, that item this time is the MKB, right? So even though you're a Naga Siren, you had a pretty decent laning stage, despite facing a pretty tough laning matchup with the LC, despite getting this Hand of Midas online. Shad just, it doesn't really matter, right? Because this Alchemist, his whole thing is he farms a bit faster. His one item he's gotten ahead of you has nullified your item as well. This could be a kill, though. Pulverize is ready from Toby, but he's going to choose to try and retreat with it here. Does have himself the Uproar Ag Scepter and pops it now. Big breaks onto BZM, but he just rolls back to the safety of his team. That's level 4 Black Dragon doing a bit of work. You can see how annoying these illusions really are. That's something that OG do kind of struggle with, this illusion clear when they're in a busy fight. You know, obviously, when they're just kind of strolling on through, not an issue for them here. As Kayori is going to die yet again. Seb finds him out. Tough game for Kayori, but he's got buyback, right? That's why he has the Hand of Midas. Base is going to be cracked wide open like an omelet, or like an egg, quite famously, before you make an omelet. This Quest Waiting for the right kind of initiation. BZM, careful here. He might get pushed back in or close to the fountain. They're going to try and block him out. So they do drop the global onto him. Has he already used the Lotus Orb? And with many heroes surrounding him, no, he's still alive. I believe he got off the cheese as well. And now it's Toby who's going to be in a bit of trouble. Naga Siren Song's not going to stop MC with the BKB. He's covered himself here at least long enough for them to put Toby into the grave. What more OG about to do? Are they about to go fountain farming here as they clear through the illusions? Another stun here onto Noob, but it's reflected. Quick reactions there out from BZM as the Lotus is all around, taking these fights just about impossible for the side of Quest, as that's now going to be Noob down without buyback. Seb's got a BKB as well for good measure, just to show off how much of a core he can really be. Chad walks in, oh, but it's GG. It just doesn't matter. That is going to be GG. Well played in game number 1.